I think I'm going to present myself. Yes. So, yeah. Okay, I'm here for you. Where do we begin? So currently I'm in Ghana, precisely Kumasi. My studio at Purple Craze International Artist Residency, and that is crazinisT Artist Studio. Well, I would say Ghana is the best thing that has ever happened to me. I am a Ghanaian Togolese, but I think most of my nationality or identity is more Ghanaian. I was born here and grew here, school here, so I'm everything Ghanaian. I say Ghana is the best thing that happened to me because it is a very contradictory country with cultures and religions. One of the first independent countries from the British, and yet it's one of the countries that, if not 100%, 99% erased from its own identity and still struggling with colonial representations. It is one of the peaceful countries in terms of civil war on the continent. It's one of the peaceful country, but at the same time is one of the countries that you cannot predict your vulnerabilities. Everything seems to be fine, but you may never know when you become a victim of some kind of violences, especially being queer or being non-binary, non-conforming, non-Christian, and also being very radical. Each project is birthing new works. So there is a kind of I work as a virus, so a kind of cancerous growth. So this project was inspired by Rituals of Becoming. And so after the Rituals of Becoming 2 years ago, I exhibited in a gallery where I performed for 336 hours. Am I getting it right? Yes, 336 hours. That's 2 weeks continuously, living in the gallery. So I begin to see this gallery space as an incubator. I see the space as, because I was renewing myself every day, performing certain rituals that have to make me embrace my new self and accept my own identity and also understand my own vulnerabilities. So I was thinking about all this incubation and how to really create an incubation for myself, because it is part of the idea of Rituals of Becoming. So I started looking at birth. When your premature children are born, put them into this kind of incubator and they are being nursed or nurtured until they develop well. And so I see the trans identity, the queer identity, or my identity as a kind of incubation because of the things I pass through daily. So when I saw the call to focus, I was thinking about duration as a resistance. So I called this project Emergency Code, Pause and Pause. So looking at all the pause and pauses within clinical codes. How do we even identify at what time we are in emergency? And when do we even identify whether we are safe or unsafe? When do we uncover and unveil our own vulnerability to the public? Very complex idea for me. So I applied to Focus to explore this deeper. And here comes the project. I was fortunately selected. And I started working on this project since May. And I would say it's been an amazing journey and experience for me doing what I'm doing now with the Focus. It feels like I'm really living already within the project that I was developing, because the quarantine, the isolations, the incubation became part of this COVID situation. And so I begin to see all our current realities within the project for which I applied before. So maybe it was a very prophetic project I proposed. So my participants, who are the audience, would have to go through certain rituals. Washing their hands, wearing the overall, and wearing the gloves, wearing the mask, in the tunnel, which is the first session. And then they have to go through this into the first chamber, where they would see a video screening of a very disturbing image of me trying to survive. And into the second chamber, where they would encounter my body live, which is also in a state of resuscitation and also a renewal, a ritual of becoming and all this stuff. And they move on, transition into the third space, where they may take off their costumes and gloves into another stuff. But within that space also they are going to encounter installations and materials that all speak to the same language. So the 4 sessions are all one work, but it's really a transitory project that they will be moving from one session into the other. So I think that's what I'm going to present, and I think that is me. That's why I said I'm just going to present myself. Yeah.